Toy fans, Aaron here, and today we're going to talk about the Endor Attack playset, and this was released in 1997 under the Power of the Force 2 line. So let's head to that table and check it out. As always, a quick look at the packaging, and this came to us on the green lightsaber box of the Power of the Force collection. And on the front of the box you see a very nice photo of the Endor Attack base that you're getting inside the packaging, along with the various figures that were also available at the time that you could add to this playset for your enjoyment. And as you can tell from the warning stickers on here, they really wanted you to get the idea that lots of bad things could happen, so keep this out of the hands of 3-year-olds. As with the other vehicles and playsets at the time, the artwork on the front of the box matches all through on each side. And then looking at the back side, that does give you the more concentrated look at what you're getting in the packaging and the various features that it has, such as the pullback swing tree, you get the rock launcher and boulder, and that the bunker doors do open and close. And at the bottom you have a photo of the Hoth Battle playset that was also available at the same time as this. They were released in the same wave. I did just recently do a review on that one, so I'll put a link down. You can watch that one as well. At the bottom left corner you have the advertisement for the Star Wars fan club. And at the time these toys were still released under the Kenner banner, so here we have the Kenner logo. And in the upper right corner you have a little write-up about the bunker and how it fits into the movie. Taking it out of the packaging, we're going to check out the 3 individual pieces that make up this playset, starting first with the bunker. And what we have is a very nice representation of what we saw in the movie. There wasn't much to see of it in the movie. It was a dark gray metal bunker. It had a couple sliding doors, and that's what we get here. All these panels on the outside shell here look pretty accurate to me. On the inside near the doors you can see some molded buttons and knobs on each side of that entryway. It's pretty plain looking. There's no paint detailing in there. Maybe it would have been nice to get a little bit, but it doesn't bother me that much anyways. Taking a look here at the outer door. It's got some nice weathering paint in there on the seams of each door panel. A little bit of gold look there for that additional lock that kind of slid across as that door closed. Along the top side you got a little bit of weathering on those vents there. And as you can tell looking through the back side, it's really not meant to be played with or viewed from this angle. But what you do see is how this whole thing came together. Each side panel just snapped to the base, and then the top snapped into each overall piece with the doors just kind of getting tension fit in there. And taking a closer look at that door action, you can see that each door does slide left and then to the right. And then that back door behind it, you're able to move as well. And there's a little bit of detailing on that back door also. And now the next part of this playset is this little kind of tree log assembly here. Pretty nice detailing on it, nice brown paint job. You can definitely tell this is a stack of tree stumps together here. On the left side of this, you got this little swinging tree branch. You can kind of knock your action figures down with that. Nice rope detailing on there, a little bit of silver paint detail too. As this spins around on the back side, you'll see that there's a little shelf kind of in that upper area where you can stack some action figures on top of to make it look like they're climbing out of the trees and whatnot. So anyways, get in that little swing action arm of that tree branch right there. You just pull it back and let go and it snaps forward. So if you want, you can set your little guy up here and then you can just knock him down. And finally, getting to the third piece in this playset is the little Ewok catapult. And while this does have nice wood grain sculpting in each part of this little catapult assembly, it's kind of an odd little toy because it looks like it was meant to be a slingshot as well, which the Ewoks didn't use. But it does have this little catapulting action to it, which I'll show in a little bit. I certainly don't remember a vintage toy looking like this. I know I had the vintage Ewok catapult, and it obviously looked nothing like this. It does make me wonder if this part of the toy maybe was borrowed from another line, which did happen and probably still does happen. But either way, it still fits very nicely into the playset, and the play feature does work nicely as well. Getting this off the turntable so I can show off that little feature, all you do is set your rock on. There's a little peg here with the hole in the bottom of the rock. Holds it into place. And when you're ready, just give it a little, well, maybe not quite like that. Alright, we'll try this again. And then when you're ready, you just give that little flick and off it goes. Alright, that wraps up this look at the Endor Attack playset. And to me, overall, this is just a fantastic piece. And it seems that it's really quite a different type of playset because it's more of a building. It's an exterior structure and not something where the figures are meant to be played on, but played around rather, minus that tree stump. And I don't think that's really something we've really ever seen before in a playset from Hasbro. You know, you've got the small Death Star playsets, but that's meant for your figures to be on, and there's things to interact with on the figures. Or the Hoth playset that I did, but you know, that's a big snow piece where your figures go on and there's gun turrets that spin around on it. This really, you just run your imagination wild around it. And I think that's what makes this a very different playset and makes it a little more unique on its own. I'm curious, what are some of your favorite playsets that have been released in the Star Wars line? Let me know in the comments section below. And as always, thanks for watching.